One of the things that we learned, I suspect everyone at this table learned, was we learned about good sportsmanship. That when you lose, you have to be polite. Think about it. In this world today, we're all winners, okay? No one is being taught that, that there's a winner and there's a loser. Everybody is a winner. Everybody gets a trophy. That's what's going on in schools today. It's almost like then you go to a game and there really are losers. And it's amazing that people...
The femme fatale of the Fox News' The Five has no patience for participation trophies, saying they're simply a symptom of the progressive left. But when tackling issues of random violence, Jeanine Pirro bites down on the hand that feeds her and bides time for her recklessly violent Republican fan base.
Who don't even have skin in the game. They're not even a part of the team. They become so outraged that they are willing to kill somebody. And we shouldn't have to see stabbings and beatings that end up in a homicide at a sporting event where people supposedly, as you say, go to forget their problems and to join other people. And who knows whether it's the pandemic or COVID or we are in a world where there is a lack of civility. There is a lack of consequence. There is a lack of law enforcement. There is chaos and anarchy. There is no law and order anymore. And
Jeanine Pirro is right about the lack of consequences, but it's more applicable to rogue commentators like herself, who leverage their platforms to spread misinformation and hatred on the daily. But when disaster erupts, it's the incorrigible ignorance of the Republican Party that makes the human cost that much more devastating.
Jesse, one of the things that I was reminded of when I realized that we were inhaling the air from the fires in Canada was something that I always reference, and that is that we shut down coal plants here, and they're building them over in China, in multiples to create these lithium batteries. We all breathe the same air. And so this idea that we have to stop building coal plants here, isn't that nothing more than virtue signaling?
And that is the key tactic of Republican pundits, designed to be contrived but effective media personalities that make the backwards logic of the right somehow palpable. And Jeanine Pirro is a methodical choice, a PR agent assigned to the flailing mission of the alt-right and fake news. Unsurprisingly, the women on Fox News are systemically demeaned. But despite the disrespect, these female pundits appeal to key demographics that Republicans have long been vying for and have never managed to quite capture. I wonder why. The all-American strongman aesthetics are always still intact, but really they're just distractions from the real world, its verifiable causes and consequences. But this skepticism extends to misogyny and racism, dismissing them as myths of the progressive left. But the fact is that the Republican right creates its own myths, ones that purport themselves as the silent majority, as the battered down, and align themselves with the Judeo-Christian belief of revival and the abandonment of the world that we have now. And these myths, not based in solving the real world problems facing Americans now, Pirro and her motley crew are able to pander directly to the fears and anxieties of their deranged base.
Great point.
Thank you.
That, he can pander as much as he wants to, but he's not going to bring people along with him. What brings the public along with a candidate is when you have more jobs like blacks did under the Trump administration than ever in history. Women having more jobs, Chinese, minorities having more jobs. You know what? I think Americans are like, they're
And we get conversations like this, where we're not debating for the sake of clarity or for the fact of truth, but a sort of dog whistle party. I mean, Jeanine Pirro clearly does not have a grasp of the truth, and if she did, I don't think she would care. The whataboutisms of the right are on full display here, as Jeanine jumps from the pressing climate topic, shifting into an awkward, one-sided conservative approach on the job market? Those two things don't add up. But she urges her audience about the metrics, insisting that support comes from action, not talk. So why? Why all this hullabaloo on Fox News' end? They're not interested in a candidate's discussion about the facts. They're only interested in advancing their twisted narrative and pushing their concave perspectives.
think that what we're seeing with the Democrat Party is what the essence of the party is, and that is that they are totalitarian. If you decide, that you're gonna be an independent, and even if you're gonna vote with us 96% of the time, we're going to tear you up. We're going to primary you. We're going to try to make sure that you lose. And that's the difference. I mean, if you don't buy into what they're doing, then you shouldn't be a senator at all.
And it's only when they project their insecurities and anxieties onto Democrats do we see the bitter image of a party without ethics or degrees of standards reflected back to us by them. Progressives are about material change. We are popular not because we manipulate the algorithm or our arguments, or because we whisper sweet nothings into the ears of those we want to support us. We're popular because we seek the truth. And when we find that truth, we amplify it. And this comes from a voluntary belief and exercise in the truth, and how it will always see sunlight. The fact is that when you play and cheat at the game, there's always a chance you're gonna get burned. But don't worry, I'm sure there's a participation trophy at the end of this one. This is Adrian Costa with Rebel HQ. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and check back for more videos. See you guys soon.